Hey y'all, welcome back to Bible Treasures and Reviews. Today I want to show you a Bible that Thomas Nelson sent me. It is the New King James Version, Alexander Maclaren Study Bible. So Alexander Maclaren, he was a pastor from the late 1870s, and he was known as the Prince of Expositors. And the really great thing is that he had a way of taking difficult passages and explaining them and putting the cookies on the bottom shelf, so to speak. So he was able to get his listeners to understand key concepts that might have been a little bit over their head. So it says here that few preachers in the 19th century rivaled Alexander Maclaren. Called the Prince of Expositors, Maclaren was considered one of the best preachers of his era, acclaimed for offering remarkable biblical insights in a poetic style. So I'm going to read this to you as we flip through the book so that the front of this video is not just about me reading what's on the back cover. I'll do that in just a little bit as we go through everything. So this has perimeter stitching all around the edge as well as on the front, and you can see the A and the M embossed, his initials here on the front. So this is brown leather soft. It's made to look like fabric, but it's not. It is textured. It has gold embossing here on the front as well as on the spine, and then we have the back. Now, so we've got some gold ribbon here and a brown ribbon here. Those are both double-sided. But what is most beautiful are the goffered edges of this Bible. Do you see that design? So you've got the gilt edge and then the goffered art imprinted in that. That is so pretty. So that's all on the edges of this Bible. This is the thumb indexed edition, which I like. It makes finding the books of the Bible a little bit easier. There's your concordance. There's your maps, which, by the way, check out how thick that concordance is. That is a lot. So let's go ahead and open this up. This is a paste down liner, and this has been recently released. This is printed in 2025, printed in China. So if you want to get your copy, check it out in the description box below. I will have an Amazon link there. Here's the contents, the preface, abbreviations, and then this tells you a little bit about Alexander Maclaren. So you're going to get a little bit of some biography here. So what I really appreciated most in this, it talks about in an era when preachers commonly used a biblical text to launch a topical sermon, Maclaren took the approach of expositing the text for his hearers. He is said to have a silver hammer in which he could strike a biblical text, making it seamlessly fall apart so his hearers could understand it. And then you'll find out a little bit more about him here. So in this, you're going to have 66 book introductions, and these are all going to be done with a little bit of artwork and the book of the Bible in blue, as you can see here. So you're going to have your author, your timeline, a key verse, and a theme. And then we're going to have 1,400 study notes covering the entire book of the Bible. Some pages will not have some, others will. And in this, I want to show you that your paragraph titles are going to be printed in blue, and those will be done all in capital letters. And then the numbering of the chapters is also in blue. When you're referring to a verse, if it has a commentary, that verse will be printed in blue, not commentary. If it has a cross-reference, it'll be printed in blue, and then the cross-references themselves will be printed in black. And the same thing here is the number of the verse in blue, and then your commentary in black. All right, so you're going to have all sorts of outlines. You're going to have 209 of Maclaren's sermon outlines, and they will look like this. This kind of reminds me of a cathedral or just a beautiful glass window. So this is from Genesis 1, 2, and 3. And then you're also going to have what we call Christ connection notes. There's going to be 380 of these. So this is tying Christ from the Old Testament, bringing Christ into the New Testament. And you're going to also have life applications. There'll be 380 life application notes. And then you're also going to have 8 essays. And I've got 4 here that I just want to show you, but these are about major doctrines and faithful living. So we've got Why did Maclaren regard the Bible as unique? How to apply biblical wisdom? What is the significance of Christ's death? And I'm going to show you one more, although there's 8 of them. This is just 4. Why is it vital to cultivate one's relationship with Christ? Now, have you noticed, as I'm looking through this and flipping through it, it is line matched, and we've got a double column typesetting with your cross references in the center. Well, I just think this is a gorgeous Bible. I think it's really helpful in studying. And even though he was a pastor from the late 1800s, early 19th century, it's just gorgeous. It's so pretty to be able to see his outlines from his sermons and then read the connections about them. So I think that this is something I think you'll enjoy. So in your concordance, it is really big. It is from page 1508 to 1896. And then you've got several blank pages here, actually a lot of pages here for taking notes. And then we've got maps on glossy cardstock. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I feel like I'm doing exercising here. All right, and then we're back to our paste down liner. Well, what do you look for in a study Bible? And in my review, what's the favorite part of what I just showed you? So if you're looking to get a copy, check out that description box below. Give this video a thumbs up. And if you want to support my channel, there is a link to buy me a coffee. Thank you so much for being here, and we will see you next time in our next review. Y'all take care. Bye-bye, y'all.